Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever. Period.
Huh?
I'm
Huh?
your host, Pharaoh. We are joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, how you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. This is a pretty good episode.
Doing great.
Like we mentioned last time, the fact that the challenge is going to be on for 20 months, it makes you start looking at the seasons. Whoo, child, we got to actually, commit. But this is actually a pretty good episode. I feel like after watching the Challenge USA, the Challenge All Stars 3, I had an idea of what the challenge was, but MTV has definitely proven so far she's not that.
I know that's right. So we started off this episode seeing that at the end of the Zone Challenge last episode, Nany walks in.
Which, first of all, I think that is so cute. But
Cute as
Nany,
hell.
who came up with that? That is never raised. That is cute as hell, Banani. I laugh every time I hear it.
So, Nany has a confessional. She's talking about how she's trying to win. She has played the challenge 12 seasons, and she is trying to finally win. And one thing about me is low key, I'm a Nany hater. I need to get over that because clearly it's going to be hard to hate a queen because Nany ate this episode up. You will see my opinion of her gradually start to shift just a little bit by the end of this episode because at the beginning, you know me, I'm a Nany hater. I'm also a Johnny Bananas hater, a proud one at that. Not a fan. I'm tired of the bitches who've been playing for their entire lives, my entire life, and they're still here. Woo! So Nany's on her 12th season, y'all, and she is yet to win. I'm sorry, but why you haven't won, babe? She said she's gotten second. The first loser.
Yeah, and it's like, and basically, Bananas essentially said he's here to help Nany win.
Nany win.
So
this is Bananas' 21st season, y'all. It is my 24th birthday. Shout out to me. Happy birthday to me. Put happy birthday in the comments.
Johnny Bananas has literally been playing longer than some of these people have even been alive. All of these people, most of these rookies have seen them in middle school, elementary, watching them. These people, it's giving father time. I fear
it is. No, it literally is. But hey, we move. So Bananas on his 21st season. Nany's on her 12th season. Bananas simply just here to help her win. And hey, we support. We stand. I know that's right. So we see Michelle have a diary room, and she talks about how her and Nany are friends IRL. Like that's her girl, like for real, for real. And I didn't know that information, nor did I necessarily care. But we see that it slightly comes into fruition later. And Michelle is funny this entire episode. A whole gag, hilarious even. So there's
that. Michelle is really cracked on the challenge. If you know her from Survivor, this is a totally different Michelle, and I'm here for it.
Here for it. I love Michelle on the challenge. The challenge Michelle. Shout out to the Michelle. The
challenge Michelle is fun. The challenge Michelle is real fun. She's here to play. Okay.
So Johnny says, "Oh, we already said this. This is when Turbo has a diary room, and he says he does not like Banany. I mean, shit, his accent gets me confused. He doesn't like banana, but he loves Nany.
Like banana. He loves Nany. He said he does not like banana. He is number one idiot." But he likes Nany. He likes Nany. For now.
For now. Me coming in, if I was there, and if it was me and Lee, and I saw Bananas and Nany walk in, I would look at me and I'd be like, they gotta go. I'm sorry. I wouldn't say it because so many people love them, but I would be thinking it like they have to. Immediately, as soon as possible.
I just feel like literally with them being here, it's like as a rookie, it gotta feel crazy because you just sent out a veteran team and then boom, double vets come in. This man didn't play 20 challenges, not even, she's played her part.
Played 12.
It's just like, honestly, I don't know. I'm on the line of, is it unfair bullshit or should I just move on? Because it's very clear that the challenge just loves their veterans. They really do.
And no comment. So Nany is now told about the information that Casey had to go. So Nany is shook, panicking. She's like,
very gagged.
So now I'm just here with Bananas, and I have to just rely on Bananas. Now Bananas is my closest ally, and it's like, okay, that's fine. But she was definitely gagged the fuck. I would have been gagged too because I know they talk like, oh, Casey's going to the challenge, and
right?
Like, oh, I'll see you there, and then boom, she's gone.
No, okay.
Literally. So we go back to the house, we go back to the crib, and we get Devin's perspective of the situation. Devin's like, me and Johnny Bananas have a checkered past. You know, people might call us rivals. You know, I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan, and we hated each other. But now I'm happy he's here because there's a lot of newbies. You know, so he's
I feel
happy he has
like I definitely do not know like the root of their beef at all because it happens between the seasons that I stopped watching. So I wonder really how deep it goes. I heard it was a pretty big rivalry.
Interesting. I did not know that. I wish if it was still going this season, it would be more interesting. But basically, he was like, "That's my boy now." So I was like,
Well,
"Damn."
until the rookies go home.
Until the rookies go home.
That's the guy.
Hopefully, they never do. How about that? So we see Nany talks to Tori and Laurel, who are clearly her girls,
besties.
the vetties. So they talk about how Nany's basically like, "So what's the tea? What's going on? Because how is Taylor out?" And they were like, "Girl, the rookies is working together. They eating it up, I guess, this season. I don't know. Clearly, we're not the strongest vet. So
they needed reinforcements down.
We need y'all help. I'm glad you're here. The fuck." So this is when Nany kind of tells them about the situation that's going on with her life. So she lost her mom recently, which is so sad. And that's the thing. Like, I do not like Nany. But this story,
God.
I just don't. I'm be honest. This story though is kind of making me like really a Nany win would be nice.
It
would knowing this story. Like,
but it's crazy because like she's been fighting for this win. Like she took a big break and came back. Like I said a few seasons ago. I think it was War of the Worlds. When she said she was partnered with Turbo later in the episode. Like. And I remember her coming back for that one and being like, it was either that one or the one before. But she came back after a hiatus and was like, I'm here to win. And like I said, it's crazy that it's like they're really going with that storyline again because it's like she's had it before. So it's like,
we're always here to win.
If she never do again, it's like, well, damn, like this is just a nasty setup for her. Like, I really hope that she could do it this time because it's like, yeah.
It would be a great story if she ended up winning this season.
Because she's definitely like I feel like she's way too iconic of a challenge name to not have a win.
To not have a win. Any win. 0? Oof. So we see Johnny have a conversation with Turbo, and they kind of like have like a
but
they don't like each other.
This is what, but I feel like that's the Turbo be pressing the girls, but like low key they be playing the Turbo face because one of the first thing he gonna say to him is like, Turbo, you still mad at me? Like Leah's mad a lot. Y'all know he is not friendly like that.
Sticking with this man,
like they be and then when he go off on them. Well, he just died a sense of humor. Well, don't be joking with him. How about that? Yeah, I'm a slight Turbo defender.
My opinion on Turbo and my opinion on
unless it's problematic. I don't know the T. Y'all let me know.
Yeah, put the T. Tell us the T.
Because I heard that he's had some pretty violent seasons. Apparently, I don't know what the T really is. Like
violent? You're turning violent.
Oh my god! But you remember they were saying like he had a tumultuous season and I guess he got kicked off or he had to leave something. So I don't know what he did. Honestly,
we just standing randomly. We don't know what's the T. But my opinion on Turbo changes throughout the episode. So hey, but at this point, I'm standing down, daddy down. Now Turbo is so fine.
Turbo is really fine.
He's so fine.
And like the way he be talking to them, I just be like,
just so cool. I love a fool.
Like, talk to me like that. Be rude to me. I don't know. Cuss me out. Like, I don't know.
Please, girl. So after this, they leave. Johnny has a diary room. He's like, Turbo's gonna be a nightmare in this game. I'm annoyed with Johnny too. Why are you here?
Oh my god. Because MTV love their banana. They love their banana.
So Turbo leaves and Laura walks up, her erratic ass. And so Laura is telling Johnny, like, girl, guess what happened? So when we was on a boat coming up, Turbo wanted a drink, and I guess I didn't give him the drink enough, so he was getting mad and gagging. It's like Turbo, it's just like two gays gagging. That's what it was.
Oh my god,
Laurel and Johnny. It was two girls gossiping, but hey, we moved.
No, Laurel did not like Turbo at all. It's hilarious.
So we get our annual, I guess our weekly scene of Jay and Michelle. Jay and Michelle got this last week. They get it this week. Jay is like, Michelle is over there working on the vets. And I'm over here working on the newbies. We're gonna have this house in a circle. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like they're really interested. Like I feel like them getting confessionals a lot really means something. I hope they go far. I like to see more of them, especially and Michelle crazy ass.
Michelle, ooh, we gonna get to it. She got a crazy diary. Michelle is hilarious this whole episode. Shout out to Michelle, Queen, the winner of Winners at War.
Well, no.
Yes.
She did not win at war.
She did in my mind. I said, what the fuck I said.
Only in your mind, I fear.
and her specifically. So Johnny Jay says that he's working with Olivia and Horatio and Johnny and Raven because they're both with beasts. And clearly they need the help because they're not winning none of the challenges.
Yeah, right.
Then we see Devin and Tori have a discussion, and Tori's telling us about her journey with Jordan. So, and this is a really cute scene. And that's the thing, like a lot of the veterans, either I don't like them. No, really, I just don't like them. So now that I'm coming back and I'm hearing kind of their story arcs, the stuff I've missed, I'm kind of like liking them. Like they're
because you know more about their personalities and things like that.
yeah. Like
Like,
Tori
they're
seems
not-
cool.
Yeah.
The Tori I remember, I was like, ugh. But this Tori, she just seems cool. Like she seems real chill. So she's talking to Devin.
Honestly, I feel like I just remember her beefing with Davon, and I didn't fuck with that.
And that wasn't cool.
That was enough for me.
That was enough for me.
Any person who beefed with Davon while she was on her 2 seasons, I was over it. They all can kiss my damn ass.
And it feels like none of them was really Davon friends. So fuck all of them. At
That's
this
the
point
tea.
in my head. So Tori is talking about how her relationship with Jordan and when they broke up kind of set her in a
spiral.
in a mental situation, and she started getting help recently before coming on this season. And she has a diary room and she starts crying because she's happy that she's gotten this help. She's now taking meds, and she just feels so much happier than she did when she was in that state.
Mhm.
And that is so great. We love mental health. Shout out to Tori.
It's crazy. I wonder.
Tori win would be cute too for me. Now I like that.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of caused the spiral. Was it just like them breaking up? Like, I wonder if they're gonna deep dive into that this season, because he sure is coming. And that's why MTV is so messy, because they got this girl spilling all her guts about how she had to essentially change her life after leaving this band, and they know he's coming. Like, they very much know he's coming. They literally
he in the background.
They literally put this scene in because they know he's coming. They are not funny. Production is fucked up. Okay, I will be over production.
Evil. So EVIA. So we go to the challenge, and at the challenge we are announced with the fact that Emmy is going the fuck home. And it's like, how, Sway? She's she just wasn't. I don't even remember the explanation because they only played one challenge and it wasn't hard.
She got on Twitter and tried to explain herself. I didn't watch the videos. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a snippet. I think she was basically just over it. And I know she said something I think Nam wasn't around her as much because he had other friends. Apparently, this has happened to Nam before in the past, though. So it's like, damn, Nam, you can't never play, can you?
He gotta find a better partner.
Honestly. But it's crazy because he has a diary room real serious. He's like, I am disappointed in you as a person, as a human being, and as a ride or die. And I will say, to be fair, he didn't know that girl before coming in here, so it's not like they were actual ride or die. Girl, that was one of the random pairs.
Girl.
Doing anything. Hey. So it's like, I mean, you can be upset, but do you know this girl? No. Is she really your ride or die, or was she placed with you?
And that's why it was probably easy for her to leave. This wasn't nobody she was loyal to.
Honestly, she was like, I don't owe him anything. Anyways.
We move. So we see that the challenge is balancing act.
Mm-hmm.
So what they will do is they are going to essentially, it's a big ass beam, big ass balancing beam floating above the water. You have to dive into the water, climb up the ladder. The man has to go first, and then he has to tilt the beam towards the woman. The woman gets on, and then they have to balance perfectly that beam. And then the person who does it in the fastest amount of time is going to win the challenge. And that's all, because the loser, nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So we start, and we see
Daddy Horatio.
Oh my God, y'all!
Horatio is such a man.
And you know what I love about Horatio? And it's like one of those things where it's like, it's not just him. It's not just how he looks. It's his personality.
The personality.
Because Horatio is just so kind and sweet, and he can be kind and sweet to my ass, my pussy.
Oh my
anything
God!
That he needs. I will pay Horatio.
I will pay Horatio. Oh God! Prostitution?
Correct. I would do anything Horatio asked, and I would pay. Horatio could say, literally, just shut the fuck up and give me money. And what would I do? I'd grab my wallet. No. And it's the fact that he wouldn't ask me to do that because he's not. And it's like the best of both. It's not the best of both worlds, but in the challenge house, if I had Turbo on my left and Horatio on my right, it's like I can have a sweet time, and then I can have somebody spit on my face. And I would love them both.
It's sounds like a fun train to me, honestly. It's a few. I mean, between him,
Eiffel Tower?
Johnny, Turbo,
Train.
Fessy.
Why is Johnny in it?
Whew. Not bananas.
Oh.
Big for real. Johnny Middlebrooks. Let's be clear.
Middlebrooks. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't even know why I thought of the other one.
Hell, Casey. I mean, anybody.
Now who? Casey
Hey.
can get it. Casey is,
Oh my God.
Casey is
Not
funny.
Nany woman.
Girl, if I got to put on a wig and say I'm Nany, like, I don't know what I got to do. So, Olivia and Horatio are going to go for, I like Olivia too a lot. I love these two newbies.
Yeah, I do. I like
Olivia.
I like their personality.
They're actual
the dynamic
friends.
is really fun. Honestly, so it's like obviously they actually want to fight for each other. It's not just two randoms they picked from two random countries.
Not even the same country. So well, sometimes it's the same and sometimes it's different. So they start off and Horatio is already
eating.
And Olivia's doing good too. Olivia doing good is what kind of surprised me because if you see, well, actually it has nothing to do with gender. But I already knew Horatio was daddy, but I was like, is Olivia mommy? And she is. She is mother. So Horatio and Olivia both are eating it up. They both get up the ladder. Horatio does his little swing across the rope.
Horatio gets up the ladder, runs, jumps, leaps, flies. Like, first of all, he got TJ gagged.
He did it like he tells us the previous show he was on was like American Ninja Warrior. It wasn't but it was like an obstacle coursey one. So when he gets up to the up the ladder, he does not stop and wait to swing.
Yeah, he just goes. It's like a continuous motion. It's like, period. Oh, Lord.
And all of that happening is what made me think, like, how they didn't win. But that's neither here
me and production going to have a little talk.
Girl. Because it wasn't at... I needed to see the timer. But, so Horatio gets across real fast, like,
daddy like.
And Olivia has a diary room and she's like, I'm never quitting on my partner. Whether that means, and it kind of gave shade to Emmy, I'm not gonna lie, because but we move. But Olivia's not.
I wouldn't quit on Horatio either, girl. I could be out there dying, girl, having a heat stroke or heart attack at the same time, and I'm still going.
I was just gonna say, if that was me, I don't know if I would have made it.
And then this is when we get Laurel trying to push up on my man.
Guess what I got written down, y'all? I had Laurel diary room. ... Can she move? Because I literally didn't even want to write what she said, but she said some weird shit. Shut up.
But I didn't even catch it as planting seeds because I have written down Laurel says daddy is ridiculous because that's all I took from it. Laurel is speaking on my man. I didn't realize that she wanted to make that her man.
And let's get into this. How old is Laurel?
Wait! Horatio is definitely in his early 20s.
More
he's
close
like,
to my age.
I think he's like 23. I think he's literally 23.
Girl, and it's like, do I just need to get a blonde wig and wrinkles on my neck? And then you'll like it?
Why are you doing this? That's a Laurel shade.
I'm so sorry. And I look bad on this. It don't matter. So, anyways, after Laurel gets done lusting over my man, Olivia starts to swing. She has to swing across. And does she make it? She barely makes it. She barely makes it, but she makes it. And I was
this time when they lost a little bit of their time.
Yes, because she made it, but it took her some time. And Olivia talks about how she's scared of heights. And she says, in the diary room, she says, I always say that I'm scared of heights and I'm scared of love. And
then Nelson pops up. And it's like, okay, Nelly T and Olivia. It makes me feel like they definitely gonna be here for a while, which is like great, because I can see Horatio for a while. So they really playing into this.
I don't care about neither of them, but Horatio.
Hey. He pays his part.
So by the end of it, I have written down they ate and my pussy is leaking a bit. So clearly they ate it up. Next.
But then we also get a diary room from Nelly T.
Nelson.
And he's saying that essentially they put a target on their back showing they're such a strong team. And it's like, well, damn. Because it definitely... I was kind of hoping it didn't just go rookies versus veterans. That's so tired and play out. I am so sick of that. It's been giving rookies versus veterans since the first challenge in 1999. Literally. Like, damn, I'm so over that. And like I said, I don't even see these veterans as real veterans. So it's really giving rookies versus older rookies, I fear. And Johnny Bananas help. Like this is so unserious. Because that's the guy, and we're gonna get into it.
No, for real.
And we're gonna get into it. And this is why I'm on the fence about them even coming. A veteran wouldn't have won this competition if Nany and Bananas wasn't
if
here.
they didn't randomly come in, because it would have quite literally been Horatio and Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
But so Turbo and Tamara go, and Turbo's hilarious. Turbo first, he has a diary room, and he says, "We don't have an option to win because I done made everybody mad."
But no. He literally says, Turbo. He says they have to win because we have a lot of enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Who is we?
Not Tamara. And Tamara is a rider. Like, that's a
Tamara
rider.
is a rider. That would be me.
No.
With Turbo? Oh, girl,
right.
I'm a rider in multiple ways for Turbo.
You're right. What's the multiple? I want to know.
You know, hey.
Because that's the thing. I can't. For any other man, if I was Tamara, I would have had to be like, sir, please stop. But for Turbo, when he said get up later on,
we're gonna get into that. That part is hilarious.
She's just like me and Tamara.
I see you, sister.
Like, girl,
that's me.
We support you. I know some of the girls might be mad. We just know at the Reality Kingdom, we're Tamara stands.
No, and then she starts eating this challenge.
Girl, the way she made it up the ladder before Turbo Daddy ass.
I said, "Oh, Tamara,
girl.
Mother, wait!"
I would love to see Tamara back again. I hope they're like, let's give her another chance because Turbo was bringing her down because she gave a slightly iconic because when Nany and Johnny, I'm gonna get to it later. But she kind of slightly gave iconic with this challenge specifically because she got right the fuck up that ladder. Right the fuck
She got up there before him. I think she's like one of the first women to get up there before the male.
Before the man.
The only one.
Probably the only damn one. The men was falling. I was like, why are the men falling? Be a man. I don't know. So,
oh my
God. So Turbo trying to be cocky and funny and kiki. This nigga starts slipping. Like, girl, like stay still. Like he's doing
Come on, my Tamara waiting.
Literally waiting. He's over here falling and shit, girl. So Jack gets a diary room, which is Laurel's partner, and they have the same little evil energy. But we.
Are you gonna put the pictures up?
I was gonna put it up after the challenge, so I don't spoil who won. But I mean, I guess it don't matter because they already seen it. But I was gonna put it after the challenge. You want to put it up now? Damn, you looking at me like.
We usually put it up now. Wait, I don't know. You crazy? I was just looking at you. Come on.
Okay, I don't know when we put it up. I was just gonna do it after the challenge. It's okay. It's up now. Y'all want to see? Okay. Jack has a diary room, and he's like, Turbo should be worried because he's been making enemies with everybody. Nobody likes him, and Jack's like, I feel bad for Tamara because Tamara really ain't did nothing for real. And I mean, hey, he really didn't at all. It was all Turbo. So, finally, Tamara gets her chance to swing because Turbo is like moving around and shit. So she swings the first time, and then as she's coming back to swing again, Turbo done untilted the fucking thing. So she's swinging onto the actual platform. She can't even get on because she's hitting the platform. So she ends up falling, and they are DQ'd. If you don't make it, they're DQ'd.
And they definitely needed this win, child.
Did. So it's Nelson and Narice's turn.
You can't say this girl's name right for shit. It's so hilarious.
It's just spelled interestingly. I like it, though. It's a pretty name.
Narice.
Yes,
there you go. Okay. Sound it out, babe.
So Nelson talking about Scuba Nelly and all this and here they go.
And why does production keep playing in this man's face?
Every time it's a gag.
So
like, please let him
when was the last time he won a challenge, Scuba Nelly?
Mind you, they know the answer. Like, why are they asking him?
And he just keep letting them play in his face. Like, stand up, stink a butt. Come on.
Stink a butt. Girl. So Nelson has a diary room. He says that him and Narice are 1-1. They're the only one. Unique. And he says that if I put on a leg on the scuba suit, she's gonna put on the other leg, and then we gonna zip it up together. That's how in lockstep we are. It's like, I know that's right. So Nelson gets up the ladder, Narice gets up the ladder, and Nelson damn near misses the damn balance beam, but he ends up making it.
Yeah, he does a whole 180. He slips around. Like it's real bad.
It's like, are the boys trying to be funny? Like, let's play the game. Like, I don't know.
Nelson was definitely trying to be funny. Almost slipped and fucked himself up because of it.
And you need to be focused on winning your 59th daily that you've lost. So Narice tries to get on and she ends up falling, so they're disqualified. And then we kind of get a montage.
Yeah, everybody and mama flopping.
Everybody flopping.
This was a hard one, I guess.
There's a lot of names that I'm gonna say. Everybody flops. We moving around. Boom, 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 boom. At a point, Olivia is like, ooh, everybody is flopping. So I'm getting kind of happy. Like all these bitches falling. All of them were getting DQ'd. Somebody was falling from each team. Raven fell, Bessie fell, Amber fell, Tony fell, Tommy fell. I mean, like everybody was falling.
Bessie fell,
Jay fell. Like, damn, everybody was falling. So, or Michelle, whoever. Everybody was falling. Tori and Devin go. And when Tori and Devin go, Tori says it's very important for them to win because if another rookie pair wins, like Olivia and Horatio, it's going to be bad for them, as deserved. It's going to be bad.
I will say, honestly, Tori and Devin may have been competition for Olivia and Horatio, too, because they were eating.
They did eat. So, but it's interesting because the only teams that did good other than Olivia and Horatio were the two the two vet pairs.
Yep.
When it's like, damn. So, surprisingly, I'm not gonna lie, I did not think Devin. I recall Devin not being good at the time.
Yeah.
So when he made it on the balance beam, I was like, oh,
he been working out. He's coming.
That's the thing. Fessy was falling down. Like I was like, damn. Like okay, King. So Devin does make it onto his balance beam, and then he gets over to Tori, and they were eating, like Lee said. So Tori makes it on too. So Devin and Tori end up finishing the challenge, unlike other people. So at this point, only two teams have finished the challenge, and there's only one team left to go, which is
we think. But first, we love a good twist.
Nany. Devin has a diary. He says his hands feel like chlamydia, and I just want to know. I just want to say I love the the normalization of sexually transmitted things.
What?
Because Devin was like, I had it a few times, and it's just like it's normal. Like some people have these things, like some people have them.
Not a confession.
Now we know Devin has had chlamydia a lot of times. He said it on TV. I don't know what to say.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So Nany and Bananas go. Hey, here they go. Banani for life. And it's giving y'all put them last so y'all can rig it.
Oh, no shame.
So we boom, Nany and Banana finish the actual challenge.
It was so cute. At the end, she was like, I've been working out. I told you.
For real? That's
yes. Funny. It's like if giving Nany, is she in her Cara Maria era? Because everyone knows, like Cara Maria, she was a very weak girl.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
But I'm just saying, like, I can see that evolution for her because Cara, she came in and Fresh Meat too. It was very embarrassing for her. It's like she was the butt of the joke for a while, and then she came back with a vengeance and some muscles on her ass and started beating everybody. So I don't know. This could be Nany's era. This really could.
I'm here for it. So TJ says that was supposed to be the last team, and TJ says, "Hold on, y'all. I'm waiting for the last team to come through."
Y'all, I was gagged. I'm not even gonna lie.
And then in comes Casey and Kenny ass back in the game.
I have written down, yay, I guess. Mind you, we know that they left because of COVID. An article confirmed it. So I'm assuming it was a false positive. They just retested them because the FDC, CDC, whatever the fuck. It went from you have to quarantine for 14 days to not at all, damn near. So I'm assuming the COVID rules is lenient. Yeah. And since Nam and Emmy are out, they were like, well, we need somebody else. I feel like they low-key didn't, because even looking at the screen, like, is this not the same amount of pictures we had up last time?
It was.
Like, we have went to 2 episodes, and
no one has went home.
And because someone comes back this episode, like we're stuck at the same amount, and we know another team has to come at some point. So it's just like MTV. The first 4 rounds is just returnees and people going home and people getting replaced and coming back, and no one has went home for real. And it's like
the first 4 rounds, the same amount of people, same amount of teams for the first 4 episodes.
Oh, like honestly, did they need to come back? We need them to come back. No shade. I really wanted to. That's the thing. When Nany, when Casey did leave, I was like, oh, I'm happy because I would love to see Nany just play by herself, not have Casey have her bananas ride or die. But it's like now Casey's back, it's a whole different dynamic. It's just and it's like honestly, they really just stacking against the rookies, and it's sad for them because they have some type of leeway. Then Nam and Emmy left. Bananas and Nany come. Then Casey come, who was gonna obviously work with Nany and Bananas, and then we know Jordan Ass is coming, who's also a fucking rookie. Like they just play in these. A veteran. They just play in these rookies' face. Like if you're a rookie, pack it the fuck up.
Which is some bullshit. And also, no offense, but Casey is boring, and Kenny just seems even more boring than her. How more boring can you get?
It's crazy because we heard a rumor that she might come back. And I remember Farrah was mentioning, oh, I don't know, because she only had like 2 diary rooms. I'm like, well, they wouldn't give her 2 diary rooms if she came back. Duh. Mm-hmm. No. I forgot that Casey is low-key boring as hell. So her coming back was the only interesting thing she did.
Literally. She only had a diary room about coming back. She didn't even have a diary room about Nany, did she? Maybe. Maybe that was her second one. Oh, yep. 1 was coming back and 2 was Nany. And that was it. Like, damn, she's so boring. Why do we need her? But anyway, so TJ says only 4. Oh, Nany and Kenny go, they get it done. Surprisingly, I was like, maybe Kenny wouldn't get it done, but he did. So
now Kenny ate.
Because a lot of the guys, like we said, a lot of the guys were falling. So it's like, ooh, go King. Mm-hmm. So TJ says only 4 teams got it done. Nany and Bananas ended up finishing the fastest. Woo, woo, woo. And for me, I wasn't gagged because it's like shit, of course.
And it's really like, pack it the fuck up, rookies. It's over. It's over.
I'm happy that the team that went home because at least it was not a rookie pair.
Yeah.
And that's all.
But Turbo was a number for them. And it's like,
well. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, well. But hey, we're doing good. Because if one of them can win, and that's the thing, Horatio and Olivia are clearly up there when it comes to competitions. And Johnny and Raven are too. So it's like maybe.
But that's the thing about the
But now it's like they're adding Jordan and Anissa. They're adding and Casey's now back.
Veronica are coming. Casey's back. And that's what the challenge does. That's why it gets kind of annoying to watch when it comes to rookie versus veteran, because it's so easy just to ice the rookie out and get him out of the game. Like when Jay was public enemy number 1, they put him in like 3 rounds in a row and no one gave a fucking shit. Like, they're not going to care to throw in Horatio every single time. Like, they have to nominate 4 people. There's more rookies in the game. They're better at competitions. They likely win more challenges. It's like, I swear we have to watch this get down to all veterans because of this. I'm going to be so upset.
And the thing about the challenge is, like, social game doesn't really mean anything because these people are friends. Like, Horatio's social game can only go to the end of the rookies. If he is super social, they're going to get out Johnny and then Jay and then him. He's still going to go. Yep. Like, it's not nothing real. It's not a real social game. It's just to the point of we like you better than the other rookies. So for 2 rounds, maybe you won't get thrown in. And that's barely maybe because he got thrown in.
Mm-hmm. I will say it is kind of on the rookies a little bit just because I feel like at least we didn't see the veterans come in with that whole, we're vets, we're sticking together, until Johnny won and made a whole spectacle about it. But it's like, the thing is, he should be able to make that spectacle and it not be fucking ruined by the damn twist that brings 4 pairs of veterans in the game. Like, it makes no sense.
And I think he could have said that thinking like, oh, Johnny Banana's not even here. Like, I can get
that's the thing. Because remember, I was like, these veterans, but like, who really scared of them? But it's like, now you're bringing the mothers in.
Because that's the thing. Like, if Johnny was here and if, what's that man's name? Jordan was here, would Johnny go in saying the same thing? I don't know, because he was the one who was like, we can't put in 4 vet teams. We have to put in 3 just to be safe and da-da-da-da. So it's like, maybe he wouldn't have even made that move if Johnny and Jordan and Nany and Anissa was here. But they didn't know they was here. And it's like, now they're here? What the fuck? That's bullshit. But we move. So we go back to the house, and Nany wants to have a conversation with Turbo because we find out, because we haven't seen the prior season, that Nany and Turbo were teammates on War of the World. And Nany said that Turbo did a lot of help for her in that season by helping them win challenges. So she really does like Turbo in some type of way. She feels like she can owe him, like throw him a bone. And I want to talk about this whole situation because I found it interesting. So what happens is Nany walks up to Turbo and she says, I heard you want to go into elimination. Is that true? And Turbo is like, girl, don't fucking ask me that. And basically Turbo is like, why are you asking me that? Like, don't ask me that. Like, if you're gonna put me in, just put me in. You know, he kind of just immediately denounced her question and just said what the fuck he said. And Nany started getting frustrated because she has a diary room. She's talking about how she's asking him a question and he can't even just give me the answer to the question. I just want to know, like, do you want to go in or not, or da-da-da-da. And you can see that Turbo has a diary room. And he's basically like, why is Nany talking to me like that? Nany does not need to be talking to me like that. And her asking me that, like, if you're just gonna listen to Johnny and put me in, then just put me in. And I see what Turbo's coming from. Because the way Nany explained it was her and Turbo were friends. So if my friend came up to me and asked me, "Do you want to go into elimination?" I'd be like, "Girl, shut the fuck up," because you know I don't really want to go into elimination. I think that was his point. And Turbo clearly thinks in kind of a different manner than a lot of other people.
And also too, like there is
understand.
that language barrier, so I feel like he definitely cannot explain his point. I feel like fully.
Yeah.
To where people can like understand the grasp of what he's saying. I honestly did feel like this is when I started being like, what is going on with Turbo? Like,
Me too.
because I didn't feel like that was just an appropriate reaction. Especially because it's like, I don't think she came to him with that energy. Like, she kept in that conversation saying, like, I'm trying to come to you as a friend, a genuine friend. Like, let's really work this out. And he was just dismissing her every single time. And it's just like, it didn't really make any sense to me. I just feel like it's different. Like I can see like maybe Laura was trying him, maybe Johnny was trying, Bananas was trying him, Devin was trying him a little bit. Like Nany was not necessarily trying him.
But why are you asking me that question? You my friend. You know I don't want to go in.
Because you. But the thing is, it's like if he's saying it, and Turbo seems like the person who.
But he didn't even say it to Nany. Nany said, "I heard from other people."
Exactly, but she said it to him.
But my thing is. But why are you listening to other people? I feel like that's how he's feeling. I'm trying to put myself in his perspective. I wouldn't have did the same thing. But I feel like
it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how he felt about it. It's how he reacted about it. If he would explain himself instead of dismissing her, then it could have been explained way better than what it was.
That's true. But I don't know. I just feel like he felt like they're in the middle of a hallway. Everyone's here. You're asking me this question in front of everybody. And you're listening to what other people say. And we're supposed to be friends. Why am I even an option? I'm putting myself in his perspective. Because if it was me, why am I an option? You're one of my closest friends here. Clearly, Turbo and Nany are probably the closest.
I think that's different with the challenge, because from what Nany's perspective, it seemed like she was coming from. There are people who say they want to go in and they literally want to go in. That happens all the time on the challenge. So she's a winner. She knows she has to pick 4 teams to go in. If he genuinely wants to go in, then it's like, well, that's a team.
That's true.
I think that's kind of the perspective she was coming from. And Turbo seems like someone who genuinely want to go in. I mean, he said on the first episode, "I'll go in every single time." So I think she was coming from a perspective like, "Oh, well, if he wants to go in, then I'll put him in." If that's something that he wants to do, there are a lot of people who just want to go into fucking eliminations, and Turbo gives that 100%.
That's true. Sure. I'm assuming it was like a language thing, because in Turbo's diagrams, he was kind of saying like, it seems like she's just gonna do what Johnny wants to do. Like, I don't really, and why would she ask me that? Like, she didn't feel appreciative.
And I think that's when it comes back to like with these, and this is why sometimes I really don't like the male-female teams, because usually the male is the head of the strategy, whether they're good at it or not. So I feel like, and also in that conversation, Turbo basically dismissed her because she's like, "Well, you're not Johnny. Clearly, Johnny's the one making the decisions here." And it's like, at first I thought that was kind of rude, but then she also kind of proves that later.
She literally says it. So and it's like, no, it's true. And that's kind of what my point of defending him was that if Nany's his friend, even if he wants to go in, it's not even good for him to go in. It's not good for Nany for Turbo to go in, because Turbo was not probably going to put Nany in.
Exactly.
So for her to even come to him, well, are you wanting to? Why would you want to do that? There's so many people here you don't even know. You don't even know Colleen and Kim. Why are Colleen and Kim not in? So we move, and then she does the same thing with another. She does the same thing with another team though, and it's like.
And I want to deep dive more into that too, because I feel like that's interesting when it comes to the power dynamic between the teams.
And that's the thing, Nany being here, this happening, and then the next thing that happens with Nany, it kind of just proves that this happening might have been a Johnny thing, and not even her wanting to do this. Johnny was probably like, "Nany, go talk to Turbo and see if he wants to go in," and she went and did it. Because after this, we see her talk to Johnny and say, and Johnny was like, "Did you talk to Turbo?" And she's like, "I did, and he said this, and this," and it's like, girl, it's giving he told you what the fuck to do. Like,
yeah.
But we move. So after this whole debacle between Nany and Turbo, it kind of becomes like a slight, like an argument. They're literally in front of each other. She's like, "No, I'm not gonna let you leave. You're gonna talk to me." And she's kind of trying to pull him away to get him to communicate to her. But honestly, for Turbo, I feel like it's kind of hard for him to communicate his thoughts. And then also, I feel like Nany, it was just a heated moment. So both of them are just trying to be heated right now. Like, you're gonna talk to me. You can't make nobody talk to you. And then also, Turbo clearly does not want to talk. And Turbo was being rude the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was getting like
I haven't seen one interaction with Turbo that wasn't rude.
Literally. And my toxic trait is me thinking that if it was me, I would be able to calm my man down
You
and
can
listen
fix
to what
him.
he's saying. Because
So, y'all,
I will say, when they were arguing, this whole argument that I made for him in my head just now, I was thinking that when I was watching, I was like, oh, well, maybe if I was there, I would understand that Turbo was just trying to say that, why would you, as my friend, ask me that question? Girl,
y'all,
I'm delusional.
Pharaoh is the girl that goes up to the man. Look at me, Turbo. This isn't you. Look at me. Look at me. This isn't you. Stop. Calm down. Stop, Turbo. Look at me. Stop. This isn't you.
I think if I was Nany in that situation, Turbo would have been, me and him would have been seeing eye to eye.
If you was Dottie, you would have got punched in the fucking face.
I don't think I would have been doing all that. I think I would have been like, okay, I'll just talk to you later. I understand. I would have never asked her about the question. If my friend, whether Lee, if you was there and you was teaming with somebody else, and this whole time before I came in, you was saying, I want to go in, I want to go in. If I came in, I would be like, girl, you're not going in. Shut up. We would have moved along. Like, Nany, what kind of friend are you? So we get to the deliberation. At the deliberation, Nany and Johnny talk. And this is when Johnny, his first question to her is, did you talk to Turbo? Like I said, he didn't say like I said, but it kind of gave, like I said, I don't know. He said, did you talk to Turbo? She says, and probably he didn't tell her to do it. Let's be honest. She probably just wanted to. Let me stop playing in her face. And Nany was like, I did talk to him, and he was just basically saying he was not listening to me. He didn't want me to finish my sentences. He didn't talk to me. So if he's gonna do all of that, he can go in. Purr. And Johnny's like, purr, I wanted to put him in anyways. I know
and
that's right.
And then Bananas, he really comes up with a pretty solid strategy. And this is why Bananas is dangerous. It's because because Bananas understand the game on a different level. Like he gets these social connections and things like that. And he also has the longevity in the game that people like him so much or respect him to the level they know they can't really go after him. So he's basically saying, like, no one likes Turbo. So we need to send him in with people that he's always around. And that's damn near all the fucking rookies, child. So they basically vote on nominating Daddy Horatio and Olivia, Jay and Mother Michelle, Daddy Turbo and Mother Tamara, and Raven and Daddy Johnny. And it's just like, why all the daddies?
Yeah, and why all the daddies? Not Jay. And so Nany is like, well, how about instead of Michelle and Jay, we put in Pauline and Kim? She does bring it up. And Johnny was like, but Michelle and Jay is just closer to that group of people. So we're doing Michelle and Jay.
She literally...
And she said, okay, daddy.
And I didn't realize that she had a sort of relationship with Michelle. I guess that's from previous seasons of Michelle being in the game. But that definitely comes back on her ass.
And Michelle mentions in her diary room outside of the game they're friends. And also inside. So we move. So Johnny's like, oh, once they do their little split dagger decision, one of them are going to have to choose the other, and that's going to cause division and da-da-da-da. So he's playing the long game. Like, he's playing
he is turning them against each other, like, real nasty.
Real nasty, like. So they put everybody in. So it's those 4 teams that Lee just said. And Johnny, Raven's partner, Johnny is like, I'm ready. Like, if y'all gonna put us in, I'm ready. You know, I'm here for it. Whatever.
Game on, baby.
Whatever we gotta be. Game on.
And you know, he's taking it really well because he knows what he said. You know what I mean? He knows he proclaimed to go after all of the veterans, so he's not tripping too hard on it at all. And it's like, period. We love a man with confidence.
Nerese has a diary room, and Nerese is like, low key, like, I'm scared that my daddy might go in, and I don't need him to go in.
And he's like, at all. That's a man. Mind you, she tweeted, MTV, please stop showing me liking that man.
I know.
So I guess this didn't last. Like, I don't know. I would make it last me.
So Michelle and Jay are pissed as fuck. They're mad down. Very, very upset.
Jay says stupid strategy. And it's like, I don't know, like, Jay really shouldn't be shocked. Like, Jay, like, why
are you surprised?
People do not like Jay on these challenges. Jay, like, Jay is that new version of rookie. You remember when Corey and Nelson and Dario were first coming and they were like this new age rookie? Like, Jay, I feel like is the face of that for the rookies. Like, the veterans are always going to have Jay on their shit list because they know no matter what, that man do not like them. Like, he really, if he wants to keep doing these, he's going to have to earn his way into that veteran circle.
Because he just don't fuck with them. Period. So, Horatio and Olivia, they have a conversation, and I like them so much. I feel like their dynamic is so nice. They're so, like, just kind to each other, and they're kind of smart because they talk about the fact that it's possible that Johnny and Jay might just save each other. So we might be in an icky situation in this scenario.
Yeah.
So we really need to try to, figure that out. And they kind of are upset because they feel like, yeah, we did good in the challenge, but in a way, like, I feel like we proved ourselves a little bit. Like, they were kind of just upset that they had to go in. But,
because
hey,
the thing is, like, the whole sense of proving yourself as a rookie is all false. Like, it's bullshit.
Like, Johnny won the first challenge. Like, be for real. He already proved himself. Horatio damn near beat y'all. Like, if anything,
no one cares about
him
that. You're a rookie. Like, once it becomes rookie versus veteran, if you're on that side, you're on that side.
Yep, and that's it. So,
and it sucks because there are so many rookies here who are only safe because of their veteran partner.
Literally, because they're partnered with a veteran. Like, why is Jack safe?
Jack, Kenny, Mariah, Narice. No shade. There's a lot of people who are just sitting here chilling because they partners with a veteran.
Sure. So we get to the interrogation, and Nany and Johnny first talk with Johnny and Raven, and Nany basically was like, "Y'all swinging for the vets, we vets. So who y'all swinging for?"
Mm-hmm. And they started asking them,
like, I mean, hey, we said what we said. We understand, and we're here. I don't know what to tell you.
And it was interesting. They were like, oh, did y'all have any like influence in making your decision? And Raven was like, no, we weren't really influenced. This was kind of what we wanted to do. And it's like, was that smart to say? Like, I would be like, Jay did it, Horatio did it, Colin and Kim did it. I don't know why he got here.
It maybe wasn't smart to say, but I think Raven kind of took it as like, y'all calling us dumb or something. Like, because Johnny is condescending. Let's be honest, and especially to newbies, to rookies. So when he asked the question, he was like, well, he didn't even ask. He said, well, clearly y'all have people telling y'all what to do. So
and she had to say it straight real quick. No, babe.
Right.
Well, we don't like y'all on our own. I don't know what to tell you.
Pretty sure we came to the conclusion, which is true. They did. They were sitting there alone in the deliberation room and came to the decision. Johnny assuming that they had other people, is kind of weird himself. But hey, we moved. He's been weird for a long time. 20-something years. So Nany and Johnny then talked to Horatio and Olivia. And this is kind of a calm conversation because they're basically like, I mean, we didn't want to put y'all in. We like y'all. Because Nany genuinely said, she says, I like Horatio. I really do. So they didn't really want to.
And that's kind of how it happens. Like, if you're doing well, I'm like, we like you, but you're still a rookie. It don't matter. Like, you're still in. We like you, but you're still getting thrown in.
Literally. It's like, damn. We see them talk to Jay and Michelle now. And this is when we get the strategic social.
We get Survivor winner. We get CBS Survivor. Michelle enters the chat. Survivor winner Michelle Fitzgerald enters the motherfucking chat. Period.
So it starts off, and Banani asks, "What the fuck is tea?" Because we know y'all are friends with Johnny. So what's all of that about? And Jay is like, he basically trying to BS them and try to say like, we not really linked up. Like, we cool.
Like, I'm not gonna risk my game for him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck
which
up
is
my
bullshit.
game for him. He's BSing the fuck.
I would have been like, if anything, Bananas, we already had our beef. I'm not coming for you.
Right.
But these other bitches are gonna go. I don't know. The issue with lying is just like, it's not gonna help. Like, they know you lying. They see y'all on Instagram following each other. I don't know to tell you. Like, clearly he knows y'all are besties. Like,
it would be bad for me in the challenge because I'll be sitting here and Johnny will be talking to me crazy, and I'll be like, Johnny, I'm coming after you. I am coming after you. So just put me in. I'm so sorry. Like, my partner would just have to be mad because y'all not finna talk.
But see, that's the thing. Like, Jay and Michelle, they're not that type of partner players. You can't be that type of player unless you somebody who had a track record of just beating the girls down. You can't be doing that. And Michelle probably would have had a heart attack right there if he said that.
I will be losing. That's the thing. Like, I feel like in this particular scenario, even if I said that, I think they would have just been so mad at Turbo that I still probably wouldn't have just been put in. But I don't know. Like, I don't have time to be talked to like I'm a child. That shit is annoying.
Yeah, that would piss me off as well.
Piss me the fuck off. Like, I don't think we could do it. I genuinely don't think we could have been in that room with them and been fake for too long. Not if they was talking crazy. Because they came at Jay. They came at Jay and Michelle real crazy. But then Michelle starts to talk. So Michelle literally starts crying. And she's like, Nany.
And I was like, where is this coming from?
And so was Jay. Jay was also like, where is this coming from? But Michelle was like, Nany, we're so close friends. I would have never done this to you. And honestly,
you're like a sister to me.
It hurts my feelings because you're like a sister to me. And this would have never been something that I would do to you. And I just honestly, it honestly just hurts my feelings. Like, I understand it's a game, but it just hurts my feelings that you did this. And she literally is crying.
And Jay's like, is this how you won Survivor?
Literally. Literally.
Period.
Jay is in the diary room standing Michelle right now, like creating his Twitter page with her.
Never forget who won.
Right now.
Never forget who won. Keeping the buck.
She ate that the fuck up. And here's when we see kind of confirmation of the tea we were saying earlier, but Nany has a diary room. And she says, yes, we're friends, Michelle, but it's not just my decision. Johnny has a decision too, and you're just going to have to deal with that. And what?
I think that's the dumbest logic because Nany, if Nany did not have the veteran title, Nany would probably be in a lower spot on the totem pole than a lot of these people here, just because she's not that good at the challenges as well as other people. Mm-hmm. Like she always get cuts because she's one of those people who just cannot keep up that momentum. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That type of thinking is what gets a player like Nany sent home. Well, you're on your Johnny. So if you're expressing that as your strategy, you're giving that off, then if Michelle and Jay get some type of power, they have no reason to keep you safe because she's friends with you. Like you're just cutting her off because Johnny has beef with Jay. Do you have beef with Jay? Do you even know Jay? And that made me thought. It really made me think: is it only because the men have beef? Because we've seen this in situations, even with Tamara and Turbo. The reason why Tamara's in the bullshit is because Turbo has beef with Johnny. Mm-hmm. He doesn't even dislike Nany. He just hates bananas. And at the same time, I started thinking, I was like, if Nany was able to have a coherent conversation with Turbo and they came to an agreement, with him being the male in the pair held more weight. Like if she had a relationship with Turbo to feel like, well, I can't put him in, would that have changed the entire thing? Would he not be sitting in that four? It's just interesting like that. I just hate seeing the power dynamic be ran by the man in every group. Like that really pisses me off because it's like Nany, that just wasn't the smart thing to say out loud, at least. Like, if this girl is crying in tears because y'all are sisters, and you're acknowledging that in the diary room, you're saying, "Well, Jay's close with Jay's not even a threat to y'all.
Jay's not even a threat to y'all, and he doesn't have to be. If you're that close with Michelle, that's the thing because Michelle's power dynamic, as we will see later, Michelle isn't just getting run by Jay. There's decisions that Michelle decides to make, and there's decisions that Jay decides to make because they're actually more so of a team. And I feel like if Nany would have just if I was Nany, Turbo nor Michelle would have been going in. And this is why Nany loses these. This is why she's lost.
Exactly. And I feel like
the first time she wins power, two of her friends are in danger because of Johnny.
Yep. I feel like
what about you? What about your game? You don't know Kim and Colleen, and you said it. Do you know Amber and Chauncey? They could have went in.
No one touching Amber. Know that. Now that's how you get respect.
Like you don't know these people. You don't know. Like literally, two of these teams you don't know.
And I think, and like I said, and that's why I hate it because like I think a lot of reality shows are just a microcosm of America and like real life because like I said, usually we see the women in these pairs just submit to whatever the man wants or what they kind of want to go with, and it's just like so annoying because it seems like in the challenge to be a winner, you have to be a dominant ass person in the challenges, and the social game as a woman, and then everyone's gonna hate you, like a Sarah, like a Laurel, like Cara Maria, and you cannot unless Bananas and her are able to just win their way through, which Nany has not proven to be able to do. I don't see Nany winning because if you're playing this game, you're not going to get nowhere.
Already.
The women that we usually see dominate the game and win are the women who stand up and say, well, I'm doing this. I'm going to make this happen. But Jay and Michelle not going in could have been an easy decision that she made for her game. Boom. No.
And on top of that, what's even crazier about this whole situation is that Johnny's not even here to win. He's here to help you win. So for you to say, well, Johnny says Jay has to go, that makes no sense because Johnny's here for you to win. You should have already told Johnny when y'all came in, okay, Johnny, since you're here to help me, every decision is going to be made by me. I'm not putting Turbo in and I'm not putting Michelle in. So we're going to have to figure something out because this is my game and you're just helping me win. But the fact that they said that's what's happening and she's still not allowing that, like, what, girl, be for real. You don't know Annalise and Tommy. You don't know Colleen and Kim. They could have went in and you would have been good. You would have had friends, allies. Somebody have your back.
You said you like Horatio and motherfucking Olivia. Why throw them in? It's just like, girl, I don't know. I just don't know.
It just made no sense. Like she just
because that's the thing.
She literally listened to what Johnny said. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put in the three people closest to whatchamahoo's it, and she listened, and it's like you were literally like two of those teams. You dumbass, and she's gonna lose. Mark my words. If she wins, I would like it if she wins, honestly, because the story will be cute. But girl. So we move. We go to the club. Oh, wait, no. I lied. They talk to Turbo and Tamara.
Talk to.
Girl. Turbo and Tamara are
conversation
in the room. And so Nany starts speaking, and Turbo's like, what does Johnny have to say? And it's like, damn.
And it's like that's the I don't like that, because it's like, don't actively dismiss her as if she doesn't have an opinion. I feel
like earlier when she came to him with that question, it made him think. Well, no, I don't feel like he said in his diary room that it made me feel like Johnny just told her to do this, and it was probably true. And so now I can't even be mad about it. I don't like it in general. But in this particular situation, it's given that is.
But I will say, the way he cut her off, like it was like, why is he talking to her like this? Because she literally is like, Turbo, I was talking to you earlier, and he said, I don't listen to you anymore. Bananas. But it's like, what the fuck? Like,
I honestly, I just can't be too mad, because like I said, that's literally her friend, and she decided to put him in like a weirdo because Johnny told her. Like, I just can't be too mad. I'm sorry. It was crazy. Turbo's insane. I don't support, but I just can't be too mad. So literally, Turbo gets up and walks away, and at this point, Tamara's still sitting there, and Turbo's like, "Come on, Tamara." So she stands up. And Johnny and Nany are like, "Wait, Tamara, wait!" And so Tamara's like, "Turbo, I'm coming real quick." And they're telling her to wait, and she's kind of like slightly debating, but then she just starts to walk away, and she has a diary room, and she's like, I mean, I'm here for Turbo. Like, these people are my friends. I don't know these people. My ride or die is Turbo, so I'm gonna just be behind him. Like, I'm here to help him. And
I was like, and that's a rider. Team Turbo, 10 toes down.
If he's Clyde, I'm Bonnie.
She said it's nothing. It's nothing. You know what? You know what? That would be me for Turbo. I'm so sorry. Turbo, Horatio, Johnny, whatever. I don't know. He wouldn't even need to tell me to get up. I would have got up when he got up. Bitch, I would have been out the door.
I would have been out the door before him, girl.
I would have ran.
Nany would have started talking. He would have cut her off. I would have been like, girl, shut up. And then he would have, like, I would have been on it. Like, whatever he says, I say.
You would just start arguing too. Anyway.
He would have started arguing. Shit,
okay, Nany, keep it cute.
Keep it real cute. No, Tamara, I support, girl. Like,
wait. I meant to mention one thing. It was so funny too. You remember when they were arguing earlier? It was a scene where they cut to Casey just watching them fight, and it's like, period, Casey. She's on standby. She's on standby. I know that's right.
So now we get to the club. And when we get to the club, we see everybody partying, and we see Johnny and Raven. They having a good time. And
Johnny having a good time with Narice.
And Raven has a diary room. Raven is like, Johnny's spending a lot of time with Narice. I think he feels he might go home. But, I need some attention because, I need some support as we might go into the challenge.
And it's like, girl, be for real. You just want to say you need some dick. And that's okay.
That's okay, because I do too.
But this ain't got nothing to do with y'all possibly going in.
Like, please be for real.
I think this is gonna, but really, like, this may come to a head to some extent, because I feel like they keep mentioning it. Like, this is definitely a side plot that's gonna grow. That and the Nelson and Olivia thing, I feel, because they just keep mentioning it.
Mm-hmm. So, now we see. So, Horatio, my man, and Laurel.
Who?
Girl.
Why is Laurel floating with Horatio? Out of everyone there.
And once again, I'm so dead serious. In the comments, how old is Laurel?
Leave this woman alone!
This old woman.
Oh my
God! Elder lady. I just don't like.
Horatio is about 22. He's a child.
Y'all, don't let me get on the challenge, because me and Laura will be beefing. Just like Turbo and her. Turbo and her.
So, okay.
You want my drink?
I'm gonna say, you in the club and you look over, you see Horatio and Laura. She's smiling.
Me being on TV would be crazy, because I would have went over there and sat right next to Horatio. What y'all talking about?
No, it's funny because Laura was down hard flirt. She got her red lipstick, got her hair up, dude, and she's just like,
and not looking a day younger.
Oh my God! And he's like, I'm just nervous. I don't really talk to many people. Well, we're talking now, and it's like, get off my man.
I'm so jealous.
And then he's interested.
Laurel, why though? Laurel, if you're seeing this, it's nothing about you, like, as a person. It's just you with Horatio, a younger man. And that's the issue. No, No, okay, but dead ass Laura, like, if we ever on the time, like, you my girl, for real, for real, for real. But you with Horatio, that's what pisses me the fuck off. Be alone, be single.
She has taste, at least I'll say that.
She does have taste. I'll say the fuck out of that. What is she gay? What happened? I heard swear she was.
I think she's bisexual. I'm pretty sure she's bisexual. Yeah, confirmed.
I'm a bisexual queen.
Oh look, come on, that's your sisterin. Come on,
that's my literal sisterin. I need to, and you know what? That's why.
She apologize right now,
girl. I'm so sorry. You are young, you are thriving, and you are flirty. You are flirty, and you are 30, and you are thriving.
30, flirty, and thriving.
Maybe 35.
30 going on 60.
You joined again. Okay.
I'm slightly mad too, no say. But we moved.
Oh, shit. We like Laura, y'all. No, dead ass, we like Laura. Like, we've been standing her since we were 11, 9, 6. We were young.
I will be honest. I never stand Laurel, but Laurel's always been here. When I was heavily watching the challenge, like every single year they came on, I always just rooted for the rookies. I think Laura was interesting because she was always kind of like the anti-veteran a little bit. Like she was fucking with the veterans, but she would mainly do what she wanted, and people didn't like her. Mm-hmm. But like, I mean, her personality is just like, it's almost like, I don't know. Like to me, she's not rootable. She's just because she's such a bad bitch in the challenges. Like it's like, it's like, what am I rooting for? A queen? Like she's never an underdog.
Yeah, she's not.
Like.
Yeah. What I like about the scene, the only thing I like about the scene, was Olivia in Horatio's diary room, because Olivia was like, I think you're just always like shy. Well, no, I know you're shy because we're besties. And it's like, yes, they know each other.
They're my faves.
I love them so much. But she's just like, I know you're shy, but I think Laura will be good for you. I disagree. But she said, I think Laura will be good for you because Laura's just so forward and she's out there, which I am too. So if you need someone like that, I don't know. So we move. After this, we get a scene with Nany and Michelle. And Michelle, once again, is playing Survivor when we're on the challenge. And so Michelle has Nany, like, opening up to her. And is this where we get the diary room? Oh, not yet. So Michelle does have a diary room. She says Jay just needs to shut up at this point. She doesn't get too deep into it. But at this point, she says she just needs to shut up and let me do the work. So she talks to Nany. And this is when Nany opens up about why she's playing this season, because her mom recently died, we find out. And she was like, people might be asking, why the fuck would you play the season? And blah, blah, blah. But she's like, I know my mom would want me to play the season. I wasn't going to do it, but my mom would probably be like, girl, get up there and do it and play for me. So she's playing for her mom. Hopefully she wins. Like I said, if she has to win a season, I would love for it to be this season.
Yeah. But, she really deserves her win.
The decision she's making is already.
It's not giving winner.
Time is ticking. It's not giving winner. So that's how that conversation goes. And Michelle and Nany kind of hug. They kind of cried out. They have a really, really good conversation. And Nany apologizes because she's like, I wouldn't want you to feel like this is me personally, like it's just a game and So we move.
Which I feel like it's so easy to say, like, when you're the veteran with all of the social capital. And
literally.
You don't care because you're next to the strongest person in the house.
Let's be honest. If Michelle and Jay won this one, and they put in Nany and Johnny, Nany will be yelling at the top of her lungs across the house.
1,000%. She'd be pissed
about how Michelle.
And Michelle sat in her face and said, well, Jay and Bananas have beef, so.
She would be like, okay, so Jay runs your whole game? Jay runs your whole. Like, Nany would have been mad. And it's like, girl, you're just, we don't have proof, but it's giving hypocrite. So Michelle and Jay have a conversation. And this is when Michelle, oh, God, Michelle is crazy. So Michelle is telling him, she's like, we might need to just let Johnny go in. I know that's your friend, but people associating them with us is not good for our game. It's going to get us fucked the fuck up. So we might just need to let him go in and go home. And Jay was like, but that's my friend, though.
Yeah.
And Michelle has a diary room. And in this diary room, I kid y'all not, like, I'm about to dead ass semi-quote her. Michelle said, Jay is like my dog. And I need him to sit, stay, and be on a leash. I need him to shut up and sit down like the dog he is, and just let me do the work as the master. And it's like, damn! She literally called this man a whole dog on that
where did this Michelle come from? Well, honestly, Michelle kind of gave this on Survivor a little bit, too.
I was just going to say, I liked Michelle on Survivor because I remember on Winners at War, when one of those winners, he was a white man, I forgot his name, he made like a dumbass decision and voted out Jeremy. And Michelle talked to him and she was like, are you dumb or stupid? Why the fuck would you vote out Jeremy right there? Like, we literally have minority. You're going home next. And he went on, it was Nick. And he went on Lex. And it's like, she eats the girls up every time. And then she won immunity. She should have won Winners at War. I said it twice. So we get to the zone finally. So at the zone, the 4 pairs that were chosen to go in, they come out all elite like they finna win and shit. And we see that Nany has to select which pair they're gonna put in. And because Johnny said so, Turbo and
oh
Tamara
my God.
will be going in. Hey, I hate to say it. I hope. And that's the thing. Y'all remember like last episode in the premiere when I was saying, I don't like Nany. This is why. Like, this is why. Like, she's always gave this. Like, they're the veterans who are actually doing things. And there's her who just follows them the whole season.
Ooh.
And it's like, now you're like one of the oldest veterans and you're still following the one veteran that's older than you. You got to follow them now? Like, damn.
The problem is she thinks it's what's best for her game, but I don't see how that is the case.
How does she?
I think she's feeling like that's the thing. Banana's basically here like, I'm here to help you win. And I feel like she's feeling like, well, Banana's probably like he wins, so
he wins.
And that's the shit. Because that's the thing. I've seen Bananas win by cutting close allies, playing in people's face like it's nothing, like outplaying,
I don't think Nany
Nany
can win that way. I genuinely don't, even if she's with Banana.
Well, the thing is, she's not even trying to play that way. I mean, like her just following what Bananas wanted in a little bit, it's not giving that. That's not playing that way at all.
It's not. Girl, and then that works for Bananas if he's in a season with a gang of people who know him. Not many people know him. One of the people who know him didn't even like him, Devin. Devin and them had beef.
This
so it's like,
this
isn't safe. It's not safe for you here at all. Because even Jordan not necessarily just gonna work with Johnny all season. That's Jordan. Let's be for real. Like, girl,
he's not as protected.
It should have been Nany's protection this season for them because Nany had protection. She's the one who knew Michelle. She's the one who knew Turbo. If they made an alliance, then they could probably
Casey
get
and Kenny.
Like,
she had a lot of connections.
Casey and Kenny. So instead of and she's close with Tori and Laurel because when they were all girls talking, those were the first people she talked to. So we could have just used Nany's fucking relationships this season instead of Banana's enemies. Be for real. So they choose Turbo and Tamara to go in, and this is when we get to the dagger decision. So Olivia and Horatio pick their dagger first, and they have a blank dagger, and it's like, damn. And it's like, damn. So then Johnny and Raven go, they have a blank one too. So we know now that Michelle and Jay are safe, which is fine because I like Michelle and Jay.
It's funny. I feel like why? I feel like the CBS teams, like they really come and like I feel like they have such luck in their game because like
hell yeah,
like them being safe here was like wow, like this is the moment because Olivia and Horatio they kept mentioning essentially like we may go in regardless because I mean if Jay wins, it's gonna pick Johnny. If Johnny wins, it's gonna pick Jay, and it's like look at their fucking luck.
So at this point, I was thinking, Nerese has a diary room, and she's like, I'm so scared for Johnny, so that's how I know I really have feelings, and that's gonna come to fruition clearly. So Michelle and Jay, this is an interesting decision because Michelle and Jay are kind of the most. We didn't know which way they were gonna go with this team, so they start whispering to each other, and Jay is basically like, Michelle, I know you don't really want to choose. Well, Michelle first says we might need to not choose Johnny and Raven because if we keep them safe, people are going to associate with them. And Jay was like, but that's my friend. And Jay has a diary room.
It's funny because that's always his reaction. That's my friend.
That's my friend. He has a diary room and he kind of he convinces me. Because his diary room was, if I don't choose Johnny, everyone is going to think we're disloyal and they're never going to work with us. And that does happen a lot in the challenge. A lot of the time in the challenge, people are like, I thought that was your friend. And like people set you up. People look for anything. So I think it kind of was a cute idea. No one was shocked that they chose them. They were like, oh, okay, we thought y'all were going to choose them anyways. And I think if people are going to think you're going to choose them anyways, might as well.
You might as well do it. Yep, because there's no changing their mind. Like, and then why is TJ rushing them? Like, come on, y'all. It's not rocket science.
TJ rushing them because he's not used to people being actual strategic players.
That's what I was going to say. Like, this that CBS shit, TJ. Let the girls talk.
Because that's the thing. Other teams, they probably would have just let the man just shoot. Like, Michelle probably would not have, the woman probably wouldn't have whispered to the man anything. They probably would have just sat there and they would have let Jay talk. Unfortunately, that's usually how it works. Or if it's a team where the woman is the one in control, the woman would have just talked. It would have been no collaboration. This is a collaboration because they're actual strategic players, both of them. So they had to decide, and he's rushing them. Like, please calm down. But in the end, we get a diary room for Michelle, and this is how you know Michelle just isn't letting Jay run her, unlike other teams, because she has a diary room and she says the reason that I let Jay do this decision is because I do trust Jay. He is my ride or die, and this is a team. We need to make decision on our own. Mind you, she already said that that's her dog, so it's like we know she's not just gonna get ran by. So she allows Jay this one time to save Johnny and that other girl and Raven. So Johnny and Raven are saved. So now Daddy and Mommy are going in.
And it's like two daddies, Horatio and Turbo. Like,
so we was going, y'all, the girls, the gays, we was losing today, y'all. Regardless.
Like, it was real bad. We was gonna lose a man either way.
And it's like, why wasn't Tommy asked in this elimination? I blame Nany. So the competition is called Memory Lane. So y'all know those fucking memory puzzles where you flip the two cards over, and if they're matching, they stay up, and if they're not, you got to flip them back down. That's what the fuck the game is. So each team has to run across the yard, flip two over, go back, and then try to get a match. You have to keep doing that and try to get a match. And this is hard because you can't really see the board. You can't really see every piece of the board, and then your teammate can't see what you flip. You have to try to describe it. But we quickly see that the challenge is still allowing everybody to help everybody. And this was one of the parts of the challenge that I didn't like, but I guess, it's a social game.
No, I never liked this part of it. We had this conversation before in All Stars. Like, the fact that they're not, it's okay that they're able to see it, but the fact that they're able to actually help and change the outcome of a lot of these, I think is just so unnecessary, especially in scenarios like this. Point blank period, I think it's unfair. I honestly 100% think it is unfair. And it's crazy because I feel like TJ, who hates quitters.
Why don't they think it's unfair? That's what kills me.
Mm-hmm. Like, TJ is someone who hates quitters, who, like, I feel like he's all about integrity and about the game. Like, he like people who go out there and fight. I just like this type of thing. Literally, Horatio and Olivia mainly won because they were getting helped by the entire cast. Like, it is not a given that Olivia and Horatio would have beat Turbo and Tamara, because Turbo and Tamara was getting no help and was still on their ass a little bit.
And it's just weird. I do think Horatio and Olivia are a good team.
Like, the whole cast.
The entire cast. Like, it's just not fair. It just really isn't fair. I think Horatio and Olivia still had a chance to win, so that's the thing. I'm not too mad because it wasn't like Horatio and Olivia just weren't going to win this. Turbo was definitely going to win. That's not necessarily the case, but the whole cast was helping.
But that's the thing. We saw how Olivia was struggling. Olivia was struggling.
She was struggling.
Really bad. I do not think if it was not for them pointing out like, she got up there, it was like they literally told her exactly where to go every single time.
Here. She's like, which one? Here. Number 3 down. The 4th row.
And it's like, that's the thing. They're able to see every piece because they're from. That's the thing. The whole thing is unfair because they're literally able to see the challenge from a perspective that they don't have because they're not in the actual challenge. Like, they have a bird's eye view, whereas the other players have to only rely on what each other have. So now we see what they can do. It's just like, I don't see how anyone sees that as fair. I honestly don't. Like I said, it was perfect on which was it? I think it was the duel. It was either the duel or the gauntlet. I forget which one is it. There. But because they go to elimination and it's two different, they go to elimination. They take them to a secret location. It's the woods, and basically both teams go their separate ways to complete whatever challenge it is. It's a race basically, and the winner comes back to the house. I forget what season that was, but Wes won like 5 eliminations in a row type shit. Like, he was eating, and it's like, I like that because it's like. It's just the players. It's no one else, no outside force. I just think the outside help is just not fair. Point blank period, I don't think it's fair.
So it should just be a rule that they can't count.
I just think on top of them bringing all of these goddamn veterans back into the game, that's skewing the relationships. And it's just like like, these are the things I'm just like, the challenge. Like, that's why I don't like it. It almost feels like TDI. Like, like is this a cartoon? Like, it's just like, why? Like,
I think they like it.
Because he did not go home fair and square. He did not go home, like, point blank period. He did not go home fair and square.
I think they like it. I think they like the producers. Like, oh, they're talking, they're helping them. That's so interesting. Like, they're talking from the bird's eye or whatever the fuck. I think they think it's cool.
I don't know what's interesting about cheating. Literally, no shade.
Yeah, it's really not cute. But we see that Horatio and Olivia get helped the entire time, and they end up winning. And
you saw how Horatio did this backflip off of the platform?
Yes, looking like
he's like, period.
He can backflip into this ass.
Oh my god!
Any day, into the throat. So they So they win, and Turbo and Tamara lose, and Turbo takes it pretty like decently well. He's like, I mean, hey, I lost. Fair and square. I lost, but it wasn't.
He like, and he was like, I'm not shocked. Like, of course, I'm mother. Like, Turbo knows he's that nigga. Period.
And like, they kept saying, what though?
I was just like, even at the end, he was just like, honestly, I hope better than Nany win. It was like, period. Respect.
And people kept saying, like, they said it, Horatio and them said it, TJ said it. They all talked about how, it's a social game, so being social clearly helps. It helps you win. Ooh, but it's like,
this part is bullshit.
And Horatio said it himself. The last diary room, he was like, I mean, sure, they helped us, but they only helped us because they wanted Turbo to go.
Exactly.
Which proves that it's not really social. It's just they wanted Turbo to go.
In that spot, it could have been Jay and Michelle. It could have been Johnny and
anybody
Raven.
would have got.
They would have probably helped.
And it's not because of their social game, and that's why it's like this is bullshit. But hey, we move. So Turbo and Tamara. I will say there.
It also depends on who starts it, because Banana started it and they all kind of just went with it. Just shows how fucking much influence Bananas has.
I will say, because there's so many layers to the challenge. Like, you could win the challenge. You can not get thrown in. You can then pick the right dagger. You can then not be chosen by the person who picked the dagger. Since there's 3 layers of social game already before this, I'm kind of like, I mean, Turbo really shouldn't be going in anyways if he was an inch better of a player. So I guess there's that, but
I feel like that's the thing. It's like all of those. Oh, we're gonna have to pick a person, and we gotta pick 4 people. Pick one of the 4. And then take it down to one. They pick one of the other ones just to have someone go home because the fucking peanut gallery is helping.
But I mean, it gives them more chances to be social. If Turbo could have did anything, he could have at least talked to Nany.
Yeah,
I guess
they wouldn't have been inclined to help the other team. I guess,
or he wouldn't be in at all. So at least there's other chances. But hey, Turbo goes home. We lost the daddy, y'all. Hopefully, not another daddy.
Girl, I just feel Johnny and Horatio are the number 1 and 2 targets in the house.
They also are the number 1 and number 2 placements when they do the dailies. So hopefully they.
I'm rooting for another rookie team win. Period. Let's go. Tommy, at least what the hell y'all out there doing?
They need to go the fuck home quick. Sis. I hate it because I feel like they're gonna be here for a while just for not being one of the actual good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's very clear that Tommy and Elise and Kylie and Kim weren't even in consideration because they're weak as fuck, and they are not worried about them
at all, which is very annoying. But hey,
then we see at the end, Jordan's here.
Girl,
Daddy Jordan.
DJ does a little cute fake out, says, "Oh, y'all can go, but wait, don't go back. We have this is friendship, so we're gonna bring in a friend." And Jordan comes walking in.
Mind you, he's with Anissa. I don't think they're friends for real. I think they know each other through work. They're work friends. They both get paid by MTV.
Jordan, and I told Lee this. If I was on this season, Jordan would have came in, and the first conversation I would have had was, Jordan, if I win the game, I'm going to give you the money. I want to do everything to help you.
You're embarrassing.
You tell me to put in, I'm embarrassing as fuck. Jordan is fine. He's so fine. I want that hand.
We're not going to go into that. But
basically, bye the fuck. Basically what, girl?
Well, I was going to say, this is going to be interesting because him and Tori broke up, and this is her first time in a year and a half.
And why go out with Tori when you go out with me?
Oh my God. Okay, bye, y'all.